Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Who's this? Pilgrim Strange? No. On a Drawn Together podcast?
What?
I've never...
Why you do this to me?
Back again
For all those
for another
wondering,
episode.
Pilgrim Strange, our guest today, was on a previous episode of this podcast where we went pretty deep and talked about emotional childhood trauma. And
Episode 5.
that was episode 5 for those who are watching. Go check out that episode, as well as go check out Pilgrim Strange's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Pilgrim Strange, where he has his own show. I believe it's called The Dungeons or something. What's it called, Pilgrim?
I don't know what we're talking. What?
Your show
Pardon?
on Twitch.
My show on Twitch. I don't
Yeah,
have
there's
a show.
series. You do a series.
Are you referring to his Darkest Dungeon series?
Darkest
Okay.
Dungeons, yeah.
That's a game,
I,
Benny.
I haven't played Darkest Dungeon.
But you can,
forever.
but if you have a storyline with it, it's a series.
True.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Go check
Well,
out
every
Pilgrim Strange
every
on-
character in that playthrough matters. So, and I'm naming it after viewers, basically. So sometimes,
Nice.
sometimes my my viewers they die off, and it's very sad.
So yeah, go check out
I would,
Pilgrim
I would
Strange
start
on
like an
Twitch.
underground gambling thing for that. Who dies and who doesn't, you know?
Underground gambling.
You
That
just
would
come
be-
in here.
Twitch
you just
gambling.
come into the underbelly of my Twitch chat and just fucking gamble the other viewers.
Well, it's
Who's
funny
gonna
that you
die
mentioned
first?
the underbelly.
I bet 100 bits that Cum Lord is gonna make it through. It's gonna make it to the end.
Well, it's funny
Cum
that you
Lord
mentioned
20,000 2006.
It's funny that you mentioned the underbelly because I believe that's what your Discord channel is called, right? The underbelly. Right, Pilgrim?
No, it's called. No, I changed it.
Oh, you
It's called The
changed it.
Strange Place.
Now it's called The Strange Place, eh? Interesting. Well, yeah, if you are looking for more Pilgrim Strange content, go check him out on Twitch. He also is just a very handsome man, so please give him your support. But today we have Pilgrim Strange on our podcast once again. What a coincidence.
It's a very weird coincidence.
Fate has decided to put us together once again, Pilgrim Strange, and could not be more happy for it.
Thank you, Vinny.
It's good to have him back.
It's good to have you back, brother. Now, William, the fact that you don't know this man says a lot about when you started being on the podcast, eh?
I miss.
It says a lot about you, William. Just says a lot about you.
When was he on? Last week?
No, not last week. He was on the 5th episode. We just talked about this.
Episode 5? Okay.
I believe you started
All right.
joining on episode 7
Oh, okay, fair.
because we had the
It was
podcast-
before your time.
we had the podcast with Nights of Six after the Pilgrim Strange one, and that was also a very interesting podcast. I feel like we talked about a lot of crazy stuff on that podcast as well. But Pilgrim Strange, you're actually a momentous timeline or time skip, or no time. It's a time. No, it's it's a special moment in time that when you joined the podcast first, because that's when we started doing our podcast by improv. If you couldn't tell already, there is no script,
Yeah, I remember. Like we talked about that.
and
Yeah,
it's
we talked
been
about
going
it.
pretty well. I think that I do like this version of the podcast. The old version was very robotic, I feel.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Those episodes don't exist on Spotify. It never happened. Although we loved the
Jamie?
game during that time period. Jamie,
Yeah.
that song I was talking about, "Fit But You Know It." Is that a British song? Do you know that song?
Well, if there's a Brit that can tell me they know that song, then hats off to them, because I sure as fuck don't.
Oh shit. Okay.
I've
I
been
feel
getting
like
into
there's a
British
lot of
grime as well. If you guys want, we can talk about that. That's like a emerging trend.
Oh no.
Imagine.
Yo,
I heard
I
American
can we
grime. Is
okay
American grime a thing?
okay
Since
can we
you said British grime, is there American grime? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
just watch a video or listen to like some British
No, we
like
can't. That's copyright,
Nah,
thug
buddy.
kids talking? It's so good.
No, we can't do that until we're
Are you-
or until we're partnered.
Oh
on
no,
Twitch.
are you talking about British grime media though, Will? Sorry, Blackpool
I want
grime
to
media.
listen to them talk. I want to listen to these the street kids from Britain talk. It's just good.
I feel like you're getting that from Blackpool grime media. You know the whole Sophie Aspirin. I'm gonna need an aspirin by the time I figure out what her name is. And what was it, Little T? Just like
Something like that.
13-year-old, 15-year-old kids that think they can do grime. That's not actual grime. I mean, they've made a couple of banging songs, but that's not actual grime.
I'm not talking about songs. I'm talking about these guys on YouTube who just like I just see them talking to each other and it's like I know it's English, but it's not fucking it's gibberish.
Oh, God, I forget you people don't understand
You
British
what,
slang.
mate?
Oh no.
You what?
You
Oh.
what?
Yeah, net
In it?
and that.
I feel offended for my own culture. I don't give a shit about my own culture, but I feel offended as a British person.
Water bottle.
Oh, you dare!
Who's next? It's Tuesday, innit? Oh yeah, shush.
This is just insulting. Yeah, Will, this is
Voting my
insulting.
Now you're saying that.
Nah, all respect to and love to my British peeps. I wouldn't have Jamie on the podcast.
Jamie.
I wouldn't have Jamie on the podcast if I didn't like British peeps.
No, I'm the butt end of the joke. That's why I'm here.
No. Jamie
You know
is my day one, okay? If without
Yeah.
Jamie, fuck Will, first of all, fuck Will. But without Jamie, this podcast wouldn't be a thing, so you guys better fucking show respect to Jamie, I swear to God.
The British people.
So
I'm
I have a hello.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a topic. Can we talk about chaotic energy for 1 second?
Chaotic energy.
Yes, as a
might
topic.
be aimed, Pilgrim. I feel like that might be aimed at me and our drinking night.
It is. We're gonna segue to that in a moment. Don't you worry, baby.
Oh,
I feel
But-
I would like you, Pilgrim, to take over the podcast for just 5 minutes here, and let's go over chaotic energy. Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. So, just this weekend, I had my family visiting my mom and my brother. So my little brother is. Everybody takes one look at him and would say that he's the gayest person they've ever seen, and that is true.
I was not expecting that.
And he is 15 by now, and he has anxiety and autism.
Oh.
So he understands the world very differently than others. So he can be a bit tough to be around sometimes. Like he gets very tyrannical at times, right? So his energy is very, very high. He fills up the room, kind of like Jay on a drunk gaming rampage.
Oh. See, now I haven't had the pleasure to witness Jay on a drunk rampage, but I'm sure I will be able to see this eventually. Eventually, what I plan on doing is I plan on having a drunken cast where we have to at least do 10 shots in 5 minutes, and then we just go from there.
I like
Well,
the sound of that.
TC is writing, this is just insulting. I mean, what is insulting? Pardon my French.
The whole
Well,
British thing.
that was William being insulting.
British thing?
Yeah. All right, carry on with chaotic energy,
Oh.
my dude.
So my brother can I mean, he doesn't a lot of social cues he doesn't get. Like he don't get abstract thought. His way of thinking is very black and white. Um, so sometimes that can, in me and my brother's relationship, that can kind of spiral out of control because sometimes I try to open up into a very discussion or abstract discussion, whatever. But his mind, of course, cannot, and I should really think about this when talking to him. Um, when I open up such a discussion, he will usually bring it back to something very narrow-minded because that's just the way his mind works, and it's very hard to deal with occasionally.
Do you think it's because he's anxious?
No, that's because of his autism.
Oh, right. Sorry.
His brain cannot, I mean, cannot go into an abstract train of thought.
Right. Go on.
And I was wondering if any of you have had any relationships like that that occasionally get very chaotic and sometimes very tough.
Yes, I have. I have a good friend of mine. His name is Jacob. Jacob, let's just tell a story about Jacob real quick. One night, I had Jacob over, and William can attest to this being true.
Yep.
But,
I can.
One night I had my good friend Jacob over, and he got really drunk and high. So he doesn't have autism. He just is a substance abuser. If you would call it that. I call it having a good time, but he's a substance abuser for sure.
It's not having it's not having a good time.
I was
It's
having a
the
good time.
opposite of having a good time.
See, when I get into these situations, I kind of ride the wave or I fall asleep.
How to solve life problems? Just fall asleep.
I ride the wave or I fall asleep. I swear. When I get into a party mode, I either ride the wave or I fall asleep. Now, so at this point I decided to fall asleep. So it's just Jake, who's incredibly high and incredibly drunk.
And drunk. No, drunk too.
I said that.
Drunk off his bootstraps.
He orders William to buy him a pizza.
And I'm like, okay,
And
if it'll
so-
shut him up.
William's like, yeah, sure, I'll buy him a pizza, whatever. And he buys him a
I
pizza.
didn't pay for it. He did. He just was too
he was
drunk to be
operate
able
his
to
phone.
actually operate the phone. Yeah.
So he buys him a pizza for him, and then I think he ended up throwing like a controller across the room because he got the pizza order wrong.
Yeah, he almost threw it at my girlfriend. Like, he almost
At this
threw the
point,
pizza or a
I'm
controller. He like shook it like this. Shook it like
I-
that.
And then
Why did he throw it again?
He didn't. He's just really drunk and high. He doesn't know what he's doing at this point. And that's what the point that I'm trying to get across is Jake, when he's like in this level, you never know what he's gonna do.
I have another story about that. Do you remember the beach trip?
Yes, the beach trip with Jake. Yes.
So-
hold on, I'm not done talking.
Okay, yeah, keep going.
So,
we'll
so
do the beach trip after.
William and his girlfriend go to bed because they had enough of Jake. I go to sleep. I'm asleep. I've been asleep this whole time, and Jake is the only one left awake in our house. Now this is very dangerous.
That doesn't sound like a great idea.
At the time, I had 3 birds, 3 pet birds, a pet hamster, and there was a cat that lived with us. So at this point in time, Jake gets all the animals out of their cages, and he has literal animal kingdom going on while we're all asleep. So he's like the maester of these animals. Like, he's just drunk. He's like, "Ah, yes, the powerful birds and the powerful cats are all getting together. I love it." And this is how he was explaining it to me last night, because I woke up and all these birds and stuff were flying everywhere. So I wake up and I'm like, okay, time to get these birds back in the cage. I guess I guess Jake forgot to put them away. Anyway, the hamster's just gone, missing. We thought the cat ate the hamster.
Let alone, okay, randomly one day my cat is meowing at something, and there's the fucking hamster. Like weeks later, on the ground behind Ben's computer.
It took me months to forgive Jake for this, by the way. Anyway, take it from here for the beach trip. Because I feel like that story's a little more interesting.
So, we're going to the beach trip, and this is like Jake's like, oh, like we need help. He needs help. We're trying to like there's like kind of like a last I don't know, not really a last ditch effort, but like second last ditch effort to help him. And fucking, he gets so drunk. We go to like there's a long walk from the car to the beach. We walk all the way there. Then we walk back to a store. Then we walk back, and then you guys go to the car. And he's been okay up until this point.
But then he just randomly starts like hanging off of a sign and bends it. Like a stop sign. He bends it.
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't just it. He was yelling at people on the way there. Like doing this at people.
Like yeah.
Like at kids too, man. I'm not kidding. Like children. And then he fucking what's the other thing too? Like he would randomly be like, "I love you" to people. Like you just say "I love you" to random people. And then he goes to a sign, and like this is like a sign that's probably been there for like a long time.
Mind you,
it's for the beach.
And
he just rips it down.
Mind you, we bought a 2-4 for this occasion, and everyone in the group, there was like 7 of us, drank 1 beer, and he drank the rest.
Oh my god, yeah.
And not only that, he brought his own beer.
Time.
Not only that, he brought his own beer, and I wasn't feeling well, and all this happened, and then the whole ride back, we were just having a conversation with Jake, like trying to get through to him that he has to stop drinking. Hasn't stopped drinking. I still love him though.
Damn.
Well, yeah.
So anyway, that was a long-winded explanation of chaotic energy in my experience.
That is indeed a long explanation. No, I was thinking, well, please don't bring him to parties. I guess if there's many people, it's a bad idea.
Oh no, he's great at parties. Believe it or not, he's the best at parties.
How so?
It's just after the party, trying to get him away from the party to go home, that he starts acting up.
Hey, well then, yeah.
Keep him. Adopt him.
Adopt him.
Keep him in a cage with the rest of the animals.
On the topic of chaotic energy and drunkenness, Jay, do you want to elaborate on how do you want to elaborate on how what and how you become when you drink a lot and throw on the stream?
Hold on. Instead of getting into that, let's actually veer off into a different path. Someone left a pretty good comment here on Twitch, and they asked, "I wonder how many times we forgive someone just because we don't want to lose them." That's a good topic. So we can, like, I can relate to this. For example, Jake. Like, I've known Jake for like the longest time. I wouldn't want to lose him. Like, I know you guys probably all have someone like Jake in your life, where like you've known them for like a long time, and you don't want to lose them. Do you guys have a story about kind of like that?
I have a story, but I think one of the other guys should open. I think Jay should open up first because he hasn't talked much.
Yeah, you should open up. Can I just say my girlfriend? Like every time we have a little tiff. No.
Biff?
So I grew up and I got like growing up I was bullied a lot. and there was this main culprit who bullied me a lot. And then throughout secondary school, he still bullied me, but on a much minor level. And then after secondary school, he actually went to me for a lot of help. So he ended up becoming a friend in that way. So my story is kind of the inverse of that. I forgave them for so long, and then I didn't want to lose them after. If that makes sense.
There are certain people, like, I know, because, like, it used to be me, Tim, and Jake, and we kind of, like, always had this kind of camaraderie. And Tim sort of just completely shut Jake out of his life. You know? And I kind of forgave him. I keep forgiving Jake for all the stuff that he does.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like Jake's, like, always going to... If I'm in a rough situation myself, I feel like Jake would be there for me. So that's kind of my explanation as to why I keep forgiving someone like Jake. How about you, Will? Who's someone that you keep forgiving?
Probably like my old friend group from high school. Not the nerd friend group. Those people, those guys have never done me wrong. I love those guys.
Well, you mean Michael and all those guys?
Yeah, those guys are great. I still talk to them to this day. Like the other friend group. I'm not gonna name names, but yeah, don't name names.
Do I know them?
Because yes, you do. But some of them just like, I don't know. Some of them have their own little clique, and I want to like be involved in the friend group, and they just have their own clique and try to, like, I guess, exclude people from that.
I feel like that's
and,
kind of unavoidable.
They exclude you?
They exclude multiple people from, like, and they not just us. They have their own little in group that they want to keep, and I just like and they've done shit to me in the past, and I just like, at this point, honestly, I'm done forgiving them, and I just want to like move on and find new people to hang out with.
But at the same time, what if it's unintentional that they're doing this? Like, do you know for a
repeated?
fact
If it's that's the thing. If it's repeated things, then I like, if it's a one-time thing, like sure, like I'm not gonna get mad about it. But when it's repeated over years and years, then that's different, man. Right, that's different.
Right. So give me an example of like something that you would do.
I'm not gonna get into it. This is not a podcast discussion.
Oh,
This is
okay.
kind of fucked up shit. So
I just want to tell you that we are very welcoming here of like situations like that. So you don't have to feel like you can't share something. But like, if you don't want to, I'm not gonna pressure you.
Yeah. Off podcast.
I can relate with that. Well, like, I can really relate with that because, I like me being me. Like, it's hard for me to like go unnoticed. I'm a very loud personality. I kind of force my way into some people's lives. Like I'm probably the same. Like I forced my way into Jamie's life. Like now I'm like pretty much stuck here.
I was waiting for that.
Like I pretty much full on fisted my way into Jamie's life. Like I don't think it's healthy to do that. But at the same time, I feel like some of the most healthy relationships are built that way. But back in high school, like, I was very different than I am now. I think Will can attest to this. I was a big asshole. Right, Will?
Still are.
So even like the one thing that changed me was going to South America. So I'm gonna reference a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm going to reference a podcast here that we did with Sopa. She can attest, and you can attest to this. Well, I used to be like the worst person ever. Like,
you were worse before that. Yes, there's still some of that in you, but it's not nearly as.
Sometimes the Clover rage does come out.
Yeah, the Clover rage happens.
The Clover rage is a real thing. All my uncles have it.
Can you explain to me what that is?
Right. So the Clover rage is, you know God of War, when Kratos goes
Spartan rage.
The Spartan rage. It's the Clover rage, but it's basically Spartan rage. So I get into an state where I just start yelling Like I just start yelling, and I'm never violent. I have some of my uncles do get violent. I'm never violent, but I just start yelling, and I'm very stubborn when I'm in this state of mind. I believe I've gone into the Clover Rage quite a few times with William in the past.
Yeah.
Some of the times you've merited though, like you have merited those, some of those. I've gone
Rarely.
no, no. There's some
You gotta sign up. Look careful.
sometimes the Clover Rage, it was merited with you, Will. Like, for example, when you refused to get your driver's license, I went into Clover Rage on you for that.
I did get it though.
Yeah, because I went into Clover Rage with you. So sometimes the Clover Rage can be used for beneficial
Sometimes
purposes.
it's good when the water boils and cooks and simmers.
So Danger Zero says sometimes you have to forget how you feel and remember what you deserve. I think that's very,
Yeah.
very, 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 very important.
That's how it
know your
felt with
worth.
me. My old friends.
Know your worth.
That's how it felt with them. Yeah.
You like as a human being, like I hate to say that human beings are like, I think human beings, like our emotions are priceless, you know, like and like just knowing like that should like I hate putting like a label on like things like this, like, oh, it's priceless, or it's got worth, like, because in reality it doesn't actually have a worth. But like you have to value, sometimes you have to value things that are worthless in order to truly move on in life, you know.
Well,
Yeah,
I
and
think
like oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think the two things for me is probably like emotion and critical thinking together in like tandem. So critical thinking would be being able to have sort of an out of body kind of experience. Be like, well, if I lift over myself and see which parts are wrong or broken, or what needs to be, is there something that needs fixing, or is there something in my relation between me and some other people that needs to be either updated or cast aside, depending on if it's damaging or not.
Yeah.
Is it actually, like, asking the question, is this relationship between me and this other person actually damaging for me or not? That question I find to be very valuable in situations where you're in doubt whether or not these people actually need to stay in your life. And I've found it even helps actually doing a pros and cons list. I know it sounds sort of mechanical in that way, and you sort of, I guess someone could say that is reducing people to
like a
some sort of
list.
cogwheel.
I hate doing that. I hate doing that, but sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like it's been necessary in my life to do so, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to judge it fairly and properly.
Right. Like or like you could say like in order for people to change, they have to first realize what's wrong with them. Like say, so for me, it was me realizing that I had this rage, this Clover Rage, and that I was a very angry boy. And for me to sort of turn that anger into something positive, like all that time spent me being angry, I switched that time spent me being angry into time spent on like building relationships and making friends. And I sort of kind of realized that at a state where I don't know if it's too late now, because like my friend group is very small. But my friend group at the same time, because I've realized this, it's very tight knit.
Yeah, that's better than being a big friend group. Like I had that issue with the other friend group. Like it was so big, but like there was very few meaningful fucking like relationships. So it's like You have like people who just stick with one person or two people at most, and then they just kind of let everyone else be around but not interact with them.
Will, that's
And
kind
like
of
I
Wait.
fucking
Can I just elaborate?
yep, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because like instantly when you said that, something just fired off in my brain. I was like, yes, that's right. I like that feeling of meaning in relationships and meaning in your life is way more important than a lot of other things. Like in my life, I try not to, in my relationships or in general, I try to strive for meaning rather than happiness or happiness or some other weird goal. Like would rather strive for meaning because then it's easier for me at least to be more content with my life if I strive for meaning rather than anything else really.
like, well,
I don't know if that makes sense to you in the sense of
I
relationships.
I think
Well, because I was elaborating on your comment.
right.
Yeah. Well, like the reason I kind of stopped being around the friend group I'm talking about is because like people would pick their favorite people and then just kind of ignore everyone else. And like it was basically just everyone having their own conversation with certain people and then just like no like group conversations aside from like quick little things every once in a while. And like if you weren't in that friend group, if you weren't in, you weren't in. Like they wouldn't talk to you. Like I would message people, try to hang out with them, and then they wouldn't fucking say a word. I had enough of it. Like I shouldn't have to fucking put up with that.
Right.
And it's
No.
like, and it's like, fuck, man. I have plenty of like other Discord servers I can hang out in and enjoy my time with people, and they respond back to me. And I'm not saying you have to respond every fucking time, but when it's like repeated over like a long period of time, then like fuck that, dude.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not putting
call
up
you
with
out
it.
on something here, Will.
I do that to you sometimes, but I always respond back at some point.
I'm gonna call you out here, Will. I've known Will
Oh, just
for.
rub it in. The
I'm gonna.
salt's coming.
I'm calling Will out on something here. I've known Will for 11 years now, something like that. And this
I don't even
guy,
longer.
I have never looked out for somebody more than I've looked out for Will. I'll say that much. I have
Yeah,
never
that's true.
I have never stuck my neck out for anybody more than I have for Will. And let's just say that that when I ask for something, this guy takes his own time here to respond. Not that I blame you fully for that, because like I get that you're sleeping, whatever. But like
I always respond though. Remember, you
he
know that.
always
I
does.
always do.
He always does eventually respond. So, no, but like another thing that I will say is, you know how like I kind of understand what you mean by not being involved in a group, because like back in grade school, like you know how you had cliques of people.
Yeah.
Well, in those cliques of people, you always had those like two people that would always go over to each other's houses, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yep.
it often felt like they were benefiting from each other, you know, like somehow.
Like a
Like, not that they
cohabiting.
were like in. They might have enjoyed being with each other, but it's more so like they got something out of being together.
Hmm.
And nowadays, when I look, because I had this happen to me, I went to my friend Casson, and Casson used to always hang out with these two guys named Blake and Mitchell, Blake and Daniel, and now he doesn't even talk to them anymore. Right? They used to be so close, and now they don't even talk. He talks to me more than he talks to those guys, and I used to be in that group, but I would never go to their houses. Like they would never invite me anywhere, right? And I always thought, is there something wrong with me?
Yeah,
Right? Like,
that's what it was with me too, man.
That's what you
I
think.
did-
That's what you end up thinking.
Yeah.
Like, is there something wrong with me? Am I doing something wrong? And then you end up just at night. You're just like constantly thinking, did I say the right thing to them this time around? Like, and it's always there's one guy that's cooler than the rest of them, and that guy seems to make the decisions. I don't know why. I remember this one time.
Just group dynamics, man.
this
it's
one
group
time,
dynamic.
and this is like this one time when I was in grade school, I got punched in the face by this popular kid. I just randomly got punched in the face, right? And I was stunned, right? Like, because I thought like we were friends. I was completely stunned, and he was just like, and I was like, "Why'd you do that?" And he said, "'Cause I can."
Wow.
And we had
When was that? I don't remember that.
This is in grade 8. No,
Oh,
this was in
grade eight,
grade
okay.
5 actually. This is in grade 5.
It's
So
for him that was great grandiosity.
yeah, no, but like I remember asking him, and I asked Casson recently when I met up with him. I asked him, like, "Do you remember him punching me in the face?" He said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Why didn't you guys do anything?" Because we were all like chill. Like, why didn't you guys say anything? And he said, because well, Blake was like with all the cool girls, and he had all the girls, and he was dating the girls, and we wanted to be close to the girls, right? So we didn't say anything about him. And we had like this thing where we wouldn't snitch on people. Like, do you guys remember that in grade school? Like, snitching was like the worst thing ever that you could do. It was like prison, man.
It's like toxic fucking masculinity, and this happens with like feminine relationships too. I'm not saying it's just toxic
Just toxic
masculinity.
humanity, man. It's just
It's toxic everything, right?
Like, that kid should have gotten detention. Like, for punching
Yeah.
me, he got nothing for it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't say anything to the
Toxic as fuck.
teachers. Like, they didn't say anything to the teachers. And Cassim strictly remembers that being fucked up, but he didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
So that's an instance of something that happened to me. I remember William. It's funny because me and Will dated the same girl once.
Who was that?
Amanda Curado.
Oh, I dated her in like
Does
elementary school, bro.
Okay, no. How old
Like a
are you
week.
in elementary? How old are you in elementary school?
13.
Above
I think the
10
max.
years old.
I think
Yeah.
the max age is
Yeah.
13.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was like that doesn't count. I didn't date her.
I dated her when I was 14.
Yeah, you dated her in high school. That counts a little bit more.
Elementary school, whole brothers.
Here's
Let's
the
go.
thing though, like I kind of psychologically damaged that girl.
What do you mean?
Because
Hey, you gotta elaborate on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Because I was so shy, and I didn't want to approach her. And all I would do was text her because I was like more confident behind text messages. So like when I'm texting her, I would tell all these naughty things to her. My sister actually caught me saying these things to her, but like I would say like I'm gonna pop your cherry, blah blah blah, like these naughty things. Like I'm in grade 9, right? Like I'm this weird kid. But then when I saw her face to face, like I didn't do any of that shit. Like I was scared,
That sounds
bro.
like most guys. That sounds like most guys. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking slaughter
And then-
you in bed.
And then
Oh yeah.
and then she would like text me, like she'd be like, "Are we chilling this on lunch?" And I would just ignore her, and I would hide in the bathroom from her. I was that shy.
No,
I was that shy.
no,
I was,
dude.
bro. I swear to God,
No,
I was
dude.
that shy of like her, of like just because she was like I was dating this girl, and she was like in the cool group, and I was like this random weird kid from like French school that hanged out with Will, like Will and the nerd kids, like
Yeah.
like I was like not in my element, bro. Like I was like not. This is not natural. Like I should not be dating one of the popular girls. So I would like constantly text her, and I'd be like, "Oh, I had lunch with the boys today. Sorry." Meanwhile, I'm just in the bathroom, like sitting on the toilet, like playing Candy Crush.
Okay, you're biting your nails off.
And then like I think the only times we would hang out. Okay, so when it was just me and her, like I'd be like crazy, like I'd be the man, right? But when there was other people involved, I would just be a big bitch, and I would hide. I don't know why I did that either. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like I was an idiot because I could have had more friends and been like way more social if I had just like been a better boyfriend, right? So
yeah, it doesn't seem like a good way to go about it. At least the way
I was a
the way
dumb
you did.
kid, bro. Like I'm the first to admit I was the dumbest kid ever.
Don't be so
No,
hard. We've all had a
se-
situation like that.
segueing back to what you talked about being feeling like you're the outsider or outside a friend group or something like that. When I was in, I don't know how old. It's not kindergarten, but basically the next level after kindergarten, but still before school. I don't know what you call that. If you call that anything in English or something, it might be something different for you than in Denmark. But we basically have this thing called a free time home, directly translated, which um, where kids go before they end up going to school, or you call it like a before school kind of thing, and that's where the kids basically just hang out when they're not in kindergarten anymore. Um,
I don't know. I don't
and
think we have anything like that.
No, that's fair enough.
We do either.
But the point of the story is that I moved. We were on the other side of town, right? So I biked to this place with my mom, and I would go there, hang out with the children. But they were really. I found out like now later. I found out that the children there, or the friends that I ended up going to school with as well, at the time, were very bad at bringing in new kids, new people, because they already had a clique. They knew each other. Some of them knew each other from kindergarten, um, and some of them would actively keep out people from the friend group and exclude people, being like, no, you cannot hang with us, or you cannot do this, or just because they said so, you were excluded, basically. Um,
Damn.
so that's probably why today, and even they did so in the early school days as well, the first kind of school days. So that's probably where I have some of my neediness probably comes from that place.
Yeah.
Like needing to be accepted and needing to feel understood and needing to um like probably more than most, I guess. I don't know. Or you have that there's this needy, I guess. I think I'm more needy than most. I've gotten out of it now that I'm a bit older, but it's still there.
I feel like because I have experienced being on the outside of like a friend group. That's why I tend to like bring people together more now, because that's the whole reason of the podcast. like I'm drawing people together, bro. Like, come on, like let's make some friends. Like, but
That's what this has meant the entire time.
I guess. Nah, but like I totally get what you mean. Like it's definitely like a sense of need that arises from like all this stuff. My girlfriend probably could explain exactly what's going on because she's a psych major, but
it can be something. The neediness can come from like both a. I mean, it doesn't necessarily come from you actually not having friends, or sometimes it just comes around the neediness of the loneliness. Really, it just comes to you. Even when you're with very good friends that you've known for ages, it just comes down on you sometimes. From a blue sky, that's very tough when that happens. Because you of course want to be enjoying yourself with your good friends when you're with your good friends. Yeah, it's just tough.
It's hard. Sometimes you get lonely when you're with people, and you like miss someone like specific person, and you're like, man, if this person was here, this would be so much better. I don't know. Humans are complicated creatures, man.
Yeah.
Let's-
Creatures, good word to describe us.
But no, like I will say one thing. most cherished childhood memory is me riding my bike to William's house during grade 10, riding my bike to William's house, him sleeping, me knocking on his door, his mom answering the door like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "I'm here to take William to summer school." And she's like, "Oh, he hasn't left yet?" Oh God! And then she'd be like, "William!" And then I remember I used to ride my bike, right, and then William would hang on to like my seat, and like he'd be on a longboard, and he would literally make me like bike with both of our weight up a hill, because he's too lazy to pedal on a longboard.
Yep.
No.
No,
True story.
No, but
No,
like,
what you should do is you should tie him to the longboard, laying down on his back, and then tie a cord from the longboard to the bike, and then just bike upwards and just see how long he stays afloat.
Fall asleep, fall off.
yeah.
Like it's get discovered from Red Bull or something. Like do some crazy stunt or some shit.
He's covered by Red Bull. No, but like that summer school experience is one of my most cherished experiences, because it was literally like the funniest class ever. I don't know where we found out how to be comedians, but we learned something. Like we learned something from that class, and it wasn't math. We learned how to.
Yeah, I didn't learn math. I still don't know math.
Bro, me being as dumb as I am, Will is a lot dumber than me.
When it comes to math, yes.
When it comes to math.
Math, I am awful.
Like I would at least
math, I'm
understand
awful
it.
too, so don't you worry.
I would at least understand it, and then I would try to explain it to Will, and then Will would be like, "Yeah, that's cool and all, but I'm gonna go play video games now." Like, see ya, Ben. Or like, I swear to God, we didn't have cell phones or something. Like, I guess I didn't have your number, or you didn't have a cell phone for the longest time. Something like that, where like, I would just show up at your house. I would just show up at your house, and I'd be like, "You want to hang out?" And Will would be like, "No, I want to play video games." And I was like, "Can I watch?" So I would literally watch him play video games. He wouldn't ever let me play. This is the kind of person William is. He would never let me play video games. It was always me watching him, and for the longest time, it was League of Legends. So I would watch him just feed his ass off in League of Legends, and I'd be like, "That's how you play League of Legends, huh? It's a gray screen. There's no color."
Oh yeah, okay, Ben. I used to be good at that game. Let's be real
No,
here. Come on now.
you used to suck, dude. You used to be a Fizz main.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you were a
Fiddlestick.
Fizz. You were a Fizz main for
Fiddlestick.
a while.
A
And
little a short period of time. Yeah.
I 100% blame
Little
William.
hiatus.
I 100% blame William for me being addicted to video games nowadays, because I saw something. I was like,
It just gives you the biggest blue balls ever.
yeah. Now it's like,
Yeah, I need to empty those blue balls, my boy. This is-
I was like, man, I begged my dad for a laptop for the longest time. I was like, please give me a laptop so I can play games with William. And then he finally got it, and then guess what, William? When I finally got the laptop, guess what William does? What the fuck? What the fuck did you get that laptop for? That laptop's got a bunch of LEDs on it. Are you stupid? What do you pay for LEDs?
It's an Alienware laptop.
What
It was an Alienware laptop. In my defense.
What will you pay? Will you pay for LEDs? Are you stupid? And then my dad was so disheartened by that, because I was like, "What? What, Dad? You stupid? You pay for LEDs, Dad?" And then
You told your dad that?
you definitely did tell my dad that. You were like,
I was just fucking busting your balls because it was an Alienware one.
no, you went up to my dad and you were like, "You paid for LEDs, huh?"
Did?
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
fuck.
That's
Oh
why
my
my dad
God,
hates
sorry.
you.
He doesn't hate me.
That alone.
My dad doesn't hate you, but
Your dad loves me.
yeah,
Your dad thinks of me as his other son.
my dad, my dad. Well, you guys will meet my dad when we do the Father's Day podcast. My dad's an interesting guy. He's where I got the Clover Rage from.
Well, I'm sure he got it from. I'm sure he got it from someone else too.
I'm gonna try to concoct a way for the Clover Rage to come out during that podcast. Let me tell. Okay, so I never told the story about the Clover Rage. One time. So I was working for my uncle Tony, as an electrician apprentice for a long time, and let's just say the Clover Rage would come out quite often when you're dealing with like high stress situations. Yeah. So it's always fuck this, fuck that, I hate fucking this, and what the fuck, Ben? You're too fucking slow. Like, get your ass to the fucking van and all that kind of shit. And I would just take it. I took it every day. And then I don't get my revenge, by the way. I never. This story doesn't end with me being like, haha, I have Clover Rage now, and now you have to suffer, Tony. No, that's not what happens. This story is about how my dad and my uncle Tony had a Clover Rage rage off.
Rage off, yeah.
So my dad, I don't know why my dad decided to do this, but my dad just randomly decides to go on top of my uncle Tony's shed and start taking off all the metal of the shed. I guess he wanted to sell it for scrap or something, but he starts just taking apart all the metal, and then me and Tony, like, me and Tony pull into his driveway, and my uncle was like, "Oh, is that your dad? What the fuck is he doing?" And then he starts building up the Clover Rage. He's like, "What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is he doing?" And then, is that my crowbar? Is that my stepladder? Did he go into my garage without me being here? And then all of a sudden, I'm just sitting there like this. That's my dad. Fuck. I'm related to him. I mean, I'm too close to him. I'm related to him. And he's doing something that he doesn't like, and he's got Clover Rage. I'm just sitting there. I'm trying to make myself as small as possible. So Tony gets out of the fucking car, the van that we were driving, and he just starts yelling at my dad, letting him have it. And I've never seen my dad turn into a puppy before, but my dad literally turned into a puppy. Like, I've never seen my dad shrink to anybody, dude. Like, except for like this one moment. And like, he was like dumbfounded because like he knew he was in the wrong. He shouldn't have gone into his shed without asking for the tools beforehand, without shooting him a text or anything. He just kind of did that. And then the worst part is my dad, who's an alcoholic, took one of his beers too. So my dad's got a beer in his hand, and he's getting yelled at by Tony. And and then the funniest thing ever, he's just like, he gets the Clover Rage for like a brief second. He throws the crowbar on the ground, drops the ladder, and starts shaking the beer at him. And he's like, "You know what, Tony? Fuck you." And he gets in his truck and drives away.
Just long enough for that one sentence. No what? Fuck you.
Fuck you, Tony. And he just drives away. So the moral of the story is, if you're ever in a situation where you really want to fight somebody, don't fight them. Don't give them the fucking benefit of fighting, because it's best, things are best done or resolved when you don't have to fight or injure anybody. I think that's the moral of the story here.
We'll take it to an official boxing match and, make money off it at least.
Oh, actually, I wanted to talk about that. What do you guys think about Jake Paul and Mr. Floyd Mayweather?
It's not even Jake Paul that's fighting him. It's Logan that's fighting him.
But Jake Paul got his head smashed in.
the fucking hat stealing thing.
Why?
They already
Why?
did it. They already
Why?
did the fight.
No, no,
No,
no, no,
No,
no.
no, no. Logan
That's
and Floyd haven't yet.
that's
But
on May 27th. Oh, by the way, Will. By the way,
Yeah.
if you get the Mass Effect collection, I will pitch in for that. If you have the ability, to buy the Mass Effect collection, I will pitch in for that, and we can Steam share together, and we can both have that.
How about this? How about I'll do that? I'll do that when I get paid. But right now you have to buy me Ghost Recon Wildlands
How much
for
is
$20
it?
off Humble. It's $17.99 on Humble.
But I get nothing. I don't get instant gratification.
Yes, but you could also buy 2 copies and then play with me and Jared.
That's
What?
a great
Go-
comment, by the way. I'm going to steal that one. I don't get instant gratification, by the way.
Yeah, I
so
don't
it's
get
not
instant
worth.
gratification here. So why the fuck would I do that?
It's one of the most honest and great comments I've heard like this whole week.
I'm full of that
I'm not
shit, bro.
Diverting back to the conversation we we're just having about.
Oh yeah, Jake Paul and.
So, for those of you that aren't aware of the situation, during one of the conferences, like in the after part, Jake Paul ran up, stole Floyd Mayweather's hat. and
Why would you do
Oh.
something so childish?
He ran off of it.
Sell
and then
tickets,
Floyd-
selling tickets.
No, but
Floyd-
like still, like
Oh.
it's why not spit in his face? Why not do something like a man would do?
Ooh, got your hat. Ooh.
Oh, got your hat, bro. I'm
Because
fucking. I'm
that's-
still 15.
It's already his whole image and his whole marketing thing is doing childish things. So why wouldn't he when that sells the most tickets?
He got his punishment though. Like
He got banned from the fight.
he got banned from the fight.
Yeah, he can't go and watch the fight.
Really?
So yeah, he doesn't even get to go and watch a fight and support his brother. And like Logan called him up. There's a little video of it, and Logan's like, "So you're banned from the fight, bro?" And he's like, "I don't care." And Logan, you could just see Logan's face drop, and he goes, "But what about me, bro? But what about me?" Just his poor. I actually genuinely felt bad for Logan Paul in that situation.
Yeah, because like now the spotlight is on Jake. That's like Jake is a spotlight stealer, bro. Like what an asshole. I don't know. What was that about what was that about like Floyd apparently Floyd beat his wife or something like that? Is that like a thing? Or did they just
No,
make that up?
That might be a rumor. I don't know.
Yeah, because I didn't hear anything official about that. But I watched the press conference. Floyd is definitely a lot smaller when they're standing next to each other than Logan Paul.
Smaller, but Floyd's technical boxing ability is unmatched.
He's 50 to none.
Yeah, he's never gotten knocked. Has he ever gotten knocked out before?
No,
No.
he has been rocked before, but he's never been knocked out.
Yeah, someone's got good hits on him, but like, fuck, man, like his footwork is so good. There's no way you could hit.
It's
you
hard.
Could knock him out.
Footwork and he's southpaw like Shelly stance is fucking insane.
What
Like
is it,
that
like
shoulder
this?
pop he does. No, he does this like he blocks with basic.
Oh, you muted yourself, Pilgrim.
You pulled that, yeah.
Well,
like-
he rolls it off. He basically rolls punches off the shoulder and then pops another punch like that.
Oh, so like someone's
Like,
punching him, and he rolls his shoulder, and then pops him in the face.
Yeah, that's what he does, and he stands
crazy.
southpaw. He stands southpaw, so he would stand like this way instead. I think he's southpaw.
I want
So
to
he
get.
has an advantage. He has an advantage because he stands in an abnormal way that most fighters don't stand in.
So he's
so,
like
yeah.
a left-handed fighter. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. It's cool when like being unique gives you an advantage like that, where it's just enough of an advantage to matter, but at the same time it's not that much of an advantage to not fight over it.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool. I like stuff like that. It's like back when I was a swimmer. It's like when we would shave our legs, It's like
Oh fuck.
Pretty much.
we would shave our legs, and if we are particularly hairy, like I swear to God, in the showers right before the men's 50-meter race, like there would be like a line of guys just in the shower shaving their legs.
A beautiful sight to behold, I'm sure.
I swear on it, like I never used to do it. I thought it was pointless. I know people that did it, and I still think less of them to this day. Like you are
Like you're not. It's not like it's professional shit.
no, I was professional. Like these guys,
You were making money off it. Yeah. Or okay.
no, these guys that were shaving in the showers, yeah, they were. I wasn't.
Oh, true. Okay.
Like, they
Well, then
were-
in that case, I mean, I don't know why you think less of him then, because
No, I thought less of them because you know what the advantage is, right?
what's
The
the
advantage is like I'm not sure. Someone can fast check me on this.
aerodynamics?
The advantage of this is like it's 0.0001
Yeah.
of a second faster. And they don't count anything past 2.0. So like it doesn't matter at the end of the day. I think they did it just to make them look cool and to give them something to focus on before swimming, so that they weren't just sitting there shitting their pants.
It's definitely a meditative practice in that sense.
Yeah, because I will tell you, like, well, some of the biggest anxiety attacks I've ever had is right before a big swim competition, and like it's like when they call your name, it's just like, oh fuck, now I have to drown for 50 seconds, and I still don't.
Cuffler to the stand, please. Ben, Cuffler to the stand.
I'd be like, oh fuck. Every time they call my name, it's just, oh fuck, this again. I have to drown myself for 50 seconds. For what? For the chance to go to provincials? For the chance to go to nationals? For the chance to go to the Olympics? No, thank you. I'd rather eat my hot dog in peace. But no, do you guys ever do competitive sports? Like, because I was at a level where
Hockey.
I was at a level where
You guys have hockey in Denmark? Do you play hockey a lot in Denmark?
We do have hockey in Denmark. We don't play it a lot. It's not like a big national thing. Handball is big. Handball and soccer is the biggest.
Oh
in
yeah,
Denmark.
soccer's big fucking everywhere
This is,
though.
this
Like,
is how you know that Denmark people from Denmark are intellectuals. They call it handball because it's handball.
It's also the name of the sport, but yeah.
Right?
And no,
Intellectuals.
I didn't do hockey or soccer or handball or any of that shit. I did tumbling and gymnastics.
Gymnastics? My
and,
girlfriend does that.
And parkour and martial arts. That's what I did.
Yo, so you're a martial artist. So what's your take on the Jake Paul fight then?
My take on the Jake Paul fight.
Oh, not the Logan Paul fight. What do you think?
Oh, the Logan Paul fight?
Yeah.
What I think is going to happen, like, what's going to happen is Floyd's going to, like every fucking Floyd fight, Floyd's going to tire him out and eventually either get him on decision late, like after the whole fight is done, or he'll knock him out. That's the two outcomes.
So you expect this to be a long fight. So your
I
recommendation...
expect this to be a long fight because Logan Paul is not a bad fighter. He's pretty good for it. He's pretty good for his age, and pretty good for the few fights he's had. He's got spirit, so it's interesting.
Would you recommend buying the pay-per-view?
Would I recommend buying the pay-per-view? We are talking about Floyd Mayweather. He's not the most fun fighter to watch.
he's not. Yeah, he's fucking.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's worth buying it. Wouldn't you say? Because you're gonna get the whole fucking.
No, it's worth pirating it.
I'm Will. I don't support my creators.
Support Logan Paul? Fuck that, bro.
No, I want to support Floyd Mayweather. Fuck, he can take all my money.
Hey, listen, bro. Floyd Mayweather has more money than you will ever interact with, and I don't just mean have, interact with in your whole life.
Do you know
He
how?
does not need
do
your
you know
support.
how hard he's worked for that money, Will? You
Okay.
can't. Well, listen, man. You sleep until
now-
12 a.m. Okay, the Clover Rage is coming out. Clover Rage is coming out. You sleep until 12 p.m. every fucking day. Okay, like this man is
Not
waking.
true.
This man is waking up at 5 a.m. going and eating raw eggs and doing the whole like Mike Tyson workout. By the time you wake up, okay, Mister, and he doesn't
Okay.
stop there. Okay, he doesn't stop there because then you know what he's doing. He's got 50 businesses that he's running on the fucking side. So,
Okay. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna give you the knockout. He can't fucking read, bro. He can't
oh
read.
my god.
He can't read.
Bruh, neither can this
But
one.
he
and
doesn't
a
need
lot-
to read. He
And a
doesn't
lot
need
of the
to read.
businesses he has running for him is run by other people that he's employed for the money he
but
has.
he's still working his ass off in the like. Well, you've never been to the gym in your life.
He is working his ass off, and that's the thing. Like I don't care.
You don't care.
Okay,
So you don't.
I don't care
this
because here's the thing.
You don't,
Here's the
ca-
thing.
You don't want to support.
He's not
someone
fun to
that's
watch.
working? Okay.
He's not fun to watch, and he doesn't need my support or your support. Okay, he makes
Okay,
so
but if
much fucking
everybody
money to
says
stop
that,
him fight.
everybody says that, then what's the point for people to even try to be what he is?
Wow, I
don't
mean,
think you
he's a
should.
good boxer.
I don't think you should strive for necessarily
First.
what he
Yeah.
is. I think you should strive for some of the techniques he does are pretty incredible, and I think you could strive to, if it's your style within martial arts, then you could strive for that stance or whatever. But
Pilgrim,
it's
the whole point here.
it's certain deeper things in terms of businesses or in terms of martial arts style or in terms of whatever he does that you got to delve into. It's not like his whole being you want to be. I don't think.
No, that's not what I meant.
He seems pretty. I don't know. To me, he seems pretty like arrogant, but he has something to
Yeah.
back it up. When fighting, he still seems arrogant though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not a fun kind of arrogance. It's just arrogance.
Okay, here's the thing. You have a profession, right, Pilgrim? You work hard for your profession. You expect to get paid for your profession, right?
Yes.
As an entertainer, you wouldn't want someone to just say, "I'm gonna pirate his latest video" and say "fuck him," right?
And like,
don't
there's
care.
good movies that I watch and good games that I have pirated,
If-
and like, if I like them, I'll pirate them. But like,
Oh my god!
if I like them and I don't have the money, I'll pirate them. But if I like them enough, I'll buy them. And I've done that with plenty of games. I pirated Resident Evil 7 at first, and then I bought it so I could have it on my Steam. Like I don't know, man. Like, I don't think one person pirating a fight, like streaming a fight, is that big a fucking deal.
The problem
Are you?
is,
Do we have
multiple
Dana
people
White on the
say-
podcast? Are you
multi-
Dana White now?
Multiple people
Dana Ben.
thinking like you do means that the fighters that work their ass off don't get paid as much as they should have gotten paid.
To
Because-
interrupt is the quiet.
I wanna quote Gabe Newell here.
Ew, shush.
Pirating is a service issue, not a fucking legal issue. It's a service issue. You don't provide a good service, then you're not like that's the reason Steam.
Well, you
is better
still
than
want to
pirating.
watch it. You still want to watch it. So you're gonna pirate it. So why don't you just pay? Why don't you just save the money and pay to see it?
Well, it's not good at night. No, like I'm more with Will on that one because I wouldn't want to pay money to watch a potentially boring fight because of Floyd's style.
Okay, but say it wasn't a boring fight.
We don't know. Pay per
Would you still
view.
pirate? Would you?
Yes, pay per view.
Well, what you?
Like no.
Would you
Like
still-
I know. If I looked at some fighters, then if I would do a pay per view, I would look at their styles. I would look at the way the matchup is, and I would look at their past fights, and I'd be like, all right, how fun would this match be to watch?
Okay, let me give you an example. Let me
Like,
give
let's
you
be
an
real
example.
here. I don't like a lot. I don't watch a lot of fighting. But if Kimbo Slice was in a fight, I would pay a lot of money to see Kimbo Slice fight because that's
Oh my God.
entertaining, man.
Okay,
Kimbo
listen,
Slice is the
That is
man.
entertaining.
listen,
So, guys,
listen.
He's the
You
man.
know how we started this episode talking about chaotic energy? I think this podcast has divulged into chaotic energy with this conversation.
That's okay. Full
That's
circle,
okay,
baby.
full circle.
Full circle.
Yeah.
I think that okay. So here's an example. You tip somebody because they've given you food, right? They make most of their money off the tip that you give it. If you didn't give that tip, they wouldn't make as much money that day.
We don't give a lot of tips in Denmark.
Yeah,
FYI.
because they pay their workers. They don't need to give tips.
But
That's
if,
an issue with the businesses,
Oh,
not
that
with
is true.
not with
And
people.
And that is so true.
oh, you guys.
We
Okay.
do pay
Like-
our workers.
Like, you know how many that actually happened a lot recently
Well,
in the
you-
states.
I
They've
can't-
been striking. They've been striking because they want fucking actual wages, not
That's
slave
because
wages.
there's people like you, Will, that don't tip.
You should not have. You should have a guaranteed wage, not just. I do tip, by the way. I do tip.
Okay, you tip. But, like, you have an issue with tipping.
The tip, baby.
Clearly, you have an
Just
issue with
the
tipping.
tip.
I do have an issue with tipping. I shouldn't have to do it. You should pay your fucking workers.
Yes, but they don't. So you give them the extra money so they can feed their families, right?
I do that.
Yes.
Or
But
you
I
could
shouldn't
actually
have
get
to.
legislation for minimum wage.
Oh,
we actually
yeah.
don't have. We don't. The funny thing is, we don't even have minimum wage in Denmark. We just pay them what they're fucking due
Yeah.
because
exactly.
we have unions that work.
Unions
Wow.
are good, man. Unions.
Jamie,
my God.
Jamie, what side are you on in this debate?
I'm on none of your fucking sides. You're all crazy.
What?
Be on my side.
how
You
how
can
is
be on
this
my
crazy?
side too.
How is this
I think
crazy?
yeah, I definitely think minimum wage should be a thing. I think tipping should be a thing. Why? Because it's a nice thing to do and it puts a
Yes.
smile on that person's face.
Yes.
But they should also be paid minimum wage, so tipping shouldn't be necessary. You're both right, but you're both fucking each other over and bringing outrages in between the different groups here.
I'm
Jamie
not
has
angry.
the
I'm
clover
just
rage.
trolling, man.
Jamie has the clover rage.
This is the J I want. This is the J I want right here.
Jamie,
Alright, we'll fucking take it full circle and talk about the drunk situation that we were going to talk about at the start of the podcast, but divulge into fucking Jake Paul getting beaten up by Floyd Mayweather and why we don't pay people. Grr.
okay, what
This
would
is
you
fantastic.
what
I'm
would
loving
you
this.
think? What would you think that the minimum wage should be then, Will?
What?
What do you think the minimum wage should be?
Well, it's fine in Canada.
Okay,
If you
so
work full time in Canada,
why is
it's
it?
fine.
Why do you tip then, Will? Why do you tip? Then?
why do I tip? I
Why do you
tip
tip?
when there's good service.
So you don't
Tip
tip
when
all
there's
the
good
time.
service. That's correct. I don't.
You know, you.
If I
you
order
literally,
If
that's
I
the way
order
it
food
works.
and if I order food and it's like 3 hours later or something, I don't tip again. I'm not gonna tip them.
No,
Why would
no,
I
no,
fucking
Okay.
tip them?
Okay.
The way it works in every European country is you tip you tip if it's a good service. If the place really was good service and a good time, then you tip. But Danish people is a little bit different in the sense that we don't want to talk to the waiters. We don't want to chat with the waiters. We just want our food and be left alone with the company we already have.
Oh.
That's the way Danish people work. But it's different in other places. I like it in, for example, Germany, or like where people actually come up and talk to you. I like that shit.
I
But
just
most
want to
Danish people don't.
preface this with saying that I believe in tipping because it provides people with happiness.
I'm a man. I believe in tipping. Wink.
If you would like to support the podcast, you could also tip.
Just the tip, baby.
But-
Follow, subscribe, share, donate.
But
Buy
that being said, I also believe that
Give me your
minimum
kidneys.
minimum wage should be enforced in restaurants. I know that some restaurants they aren't getting paid the minimum wage and they make most of their money on tips. I think some restaurants pay their employees $10 an hour, and then the rest they make on tips.
That's
I
fucked.
think that's kind of fucked. Yeah.
That's fucked. That's fucked. And another thing is they don't share tips around the restaurant either. a lot of places. A lot
No.
of places, just the waitress gets it. When that chef, I was like, I would be sitting in the back cooking at KFC, and like the cashier would get tips, but like I cooked the fucking food, like they're eating what I cooked. I could do her job no problem. Go up, take an order, go back and cook it. It'd be easy, but it's not fair. Some places it is though. Like at Boston Pizza, they were sharing tips. Like it was equal around everyone.
Yeah, some
So that
places
is
do it well.
emotions
Like
are cooking.
Jack Astor's, I remember working for Jack Astor's as a dishwasher, and I got paid tips. So
Yeah. Some places they do it, and that's good, man.
See, but that brings a slight different issue. Is that what if you've got one person that just doesn't do their job properly? Is an absolute slack off.
Get rid of them.
Equal share of
They
tips.
do it. They do it all the time. They figure out a way to get rid of them.
they do figure out a way. Like there is a way to get rid of them, and that's called firing them.
Yeah, you don't fire them, but you wait until they do something stupid, and then you fire them.
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's what
Why-
you do.
and
That's what it happens
on
all
a-
the time.
A segue from that, the having jobs in America thing. Why do I keep hearing from people about bad bosses in America? Why is that a thing? I've heard so many people talk about bad boss experiences in America, and I rarely hear it here.
Bad
Like-
bosses. Because typically in America, like the upper management, they get paid way more than the workers. I think.
Oh yeah,
in
way
Denmark-
more.
In Denmark, probably they get. I don't know. I'm just assuming in Denmark, they probably get paid close to like maybe like a little bit more than the workers.
I don't think that's the case.
No.
No, I would say there's still a wage disparity, like pretty heavy and all over the world for executives. Yeah, all over the world.
Well, anyway,
some
maybe
places are worse than others. The
May-
states being the worst out of all of them.
Well, I think it just has to go with maybe your environment then at that point. Like, you guys are just happier than we are.
They are. It's true.
Well, yes and no. How the fuck do you measure happiness?
I know, right? That's hard to do.
By how much money you have in your bank.
Pilgrim, I have done my research on Denmark. I used to play on a Danish Minecraft server. I've always wanted to live there, and I plan on moving there at some point. And like, you guys are literally the
I owe you
happiest
a
people on earth.
I owe you a big hug. Then no, we are not the happiest people on earth. I think Sweden or Norway took that from us a couple years back.
a
But
couple years back
Really?
they did that, but
They took that. Oh well, I'm still Danish. I want to be Danish. I want to go Danish.
give this
Okay.
man
our
a flag.
language is hard, and our language is hard, and the trial to actually become a Danish, like nationality wise, become a Danish person is very
It's hard.
tough. But
What
fuck.
is your
It's hard as fuck.
wage? What is your wage in Denmark? What is the wage?
we don't have minimum wages, as I said. We have negotiations between unions and companies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is
Co-op.
so what does a typical restaurant worker get paid then?
A waiter or
Yeah, a waiter.
a waiter?
I swear to God,
well,
if you say $25 an hour, I'm leaving.
I don't know what they are paid an hour, but that would probably amount to around 22 to 25,000 Danish crowns a month.
Wait,
How
well, I
much-
don't know
okay,
what
let
the fuck that is.
Crowns
Well,
is the currency. 1 second. Let me do crowns.
Uh,
Danish crowns to CAD. We'll look it up here. So 1 Danish crown is 20 cents Canadian.
Okay.
So you said 20,000 a month?
25, like 22 to 25 probably.
Holy crap.
22,000? That's 4,349 Canadian dollars.
So they get
A lot of money.
They were pretty
Yeah.
They were pretty
Yeah,
well.
dude, I'm telling you, Scandinavia and those are European countries. They live in life. They
That's
figured it out.
$2,000 every 2 weeks. That's fucking nice. If I had that, I
Pretty
could.
good living, and that's more than I make.
I make 20,000 Danish crowns a week fixing iPhones.
Nice.
That's a week.
Oh, not a week. A month. Sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say, damn, unlimited daily.
Unlimited power.
Hire me, bro. Hire me.
Unlimited power. I want 5 million Danish crowns immediately, sir. Nah, but
Immediately.
nah, I want to move to Denmark too. I'm sold. I want $4,000 a week every 2 weeks.
But it is harder for people who doesn't speak the language to get a job.
It is?
That
Yeah.
is well paid. That is well paid. Yes, it is. It's way harder.
What
Learn
job
You
can I get?
knowing English is important though. Since you know English, if you learn Danish and you were pretty fluent, that's when you're gonna be set. Like you're bilingual. Although a lot of people probably in Denmark are bilingual, I assume.
Yeah, they are. A lot of people. Are
What about
also that
trilingual?
come-
What if I'm a quadrilingual?
If you quadrilingual.
Learn French, bro. Learn French if you're going to Europe.
I already know French. I know Spanish, French, and English.
Nice. Yeah, you're good, man.
No,
Now
but
Pilgrim just has to teach me Denmarkese.
Danish.
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 I learned a couple
Denmarkese,
Danish
yes.
words. I learned
I
a
love
couple
Dan-
Danish words. from
Danlandish.
No, but Pilgrim just gotta teach me Danish, and then I fucking set. I'm gonna make $4,000.
Danish is fucking. Danish is fucking hard, dude.
Okay, what's hello in Danish?
Hi.
Hi. I already say that. So what's Jamie is an idiot in Danish?
Jamie er en idiot.
Jamie an idiot. Okay, what's Will is lazy in Danish?
Will er doven.
You fucking
Gift.
What? What?
Ben?
What? How do you say Will is lazy?
Will er doven.
Will at dawn.
The old gift.
No, I'm not gonna shut up.
How do I tell
But I
Will?
did
I probably
understand
pronounced it wrong.
How do I
Probably
tell
pronounced
Will?
Well,
it
you
wrong.
know,
It's been a while.
you pronounced it good enough so I could understand you. So the message came clear through.
How do I tell Will to start tipping?
I do tip, you fucking jerk. Bro, like,
Okay, how do I
Well,
tell?
du bliver nødt til at begynde at lægge nogle flere drikkepenge.
Okay, I can't say that.
Oh dear.
All right, so back to Jake Paul.
Well,
versus
we
Logan Paul.
directly translated tips in Danish. Directly translated is drinking money.
Really?
Yes.
So that's what your tips are for?
Drikkepenge. Drikkepenge, drinking money.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Get it?
my
Sense?
commissions are all fun money, essentially, when I'm working.
Well, Will, you get paid like. Sorry to expose you. You get paid 15 an hour, right?
Yeah.
And then you
And
make,
then
most of your
commission.
money is a commission, right? You get like $1,000 in commission.
No, most of my money is it's essentially half and half, kind of, but most of my money is my wage, actually.
Oh yeah. Oh.
It's like a 40-60 split.
Oh cool.
Like
I
a
don't get any
40-60
tips,
split.
and I make $20 an hour.
So depending on how often, like, I probably make more per paycheck than you, but
No,
but
you do.
when you for taxes and stuff though, commission is taxed really heavily.
Yeah.
So I lose like a quarter of my.
But you
commission.
still make
But-
more than
but-
me. You still make more than me. Though.
But our taxes though, like we pay way higher taxes. So
Yeah,
almost
in Danish you do.
like
In Denmark you do.
almost half my money goes to taxes. But we can go to can go to the doctor for free. We can get
Dennis?
health
We got
checkups
that.
for free. We can we go to school for free. We get paid to go to get an education.
What?
Yes, we
Yeah.
get
You
paid
get
to
paid
get
to
an
get an
education.
education?
Yes, yes,
Jamie, would
yes,
you
we
look
do.
at that? Jamie?
Yep.
I'm sat here crying and broke. Why do you think my head tip? It's because I'm sat here like, oh, I don't have a job. I don't
No.
get paid for education. Ah!
I'm telling you, I'm on this team, like Denmark based. It's a based country, bro.
Let's move
Based
the podcast
and
to
red
Denmark.
pilled.
Let's move
Based and red pilled.
Let's move the podcast to Denmark.
Just you come riding in with the red and white cross, like like the flag on your back, and then you're good.
We'll put a cross on Jamie's back, and then everyone will surf on him.
Okay, I have another question about Denmark though.
Yeah.
Do you guys have dental and vision like as paid for by taxes?
Pardon?
Is dental and vision paid for by taxes? Like those glasses you're wearing? Are those? Did you get those?
No, that's usually through insurance. So if
I
you're
think through
insured
insurance.
yourself.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but I likely if my eyesight has a high enough like differentiating ratio between the eye strength, right? And like how you view. Basically, the more fucked up your eyes is, if they're over a certain like point, then you can get your eyes operated for free. You
Wow.
just have
Oh,
to
so
go.
like operations and shit like LASIK and stuff like
A
that.
lot of
That's free.
operations are free too. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, just like getting glasses and like physical, like like
But we have
products are gonna be more gonna cost you.
lot of safety nets, so we don't have to worry about things that
Yeah,
befall
yeah,
us in bad ways, really.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
and
And
having
like,
those safety nets in a country is really
yeah,
important. At least when you have it, you know that it's really, really important, because you hear about all these other countries that don't have these things, and
oh yeah,
Oh
like
that
yeah,
fucking
definitely.
sucks.
Canada's pretty good. Canada's like, I would say Canada's like 70 to 65% of the way to where you guys are in
Yeah.
that sort of sense. Whereas
We don't
like
have
the
the free
States is like
education.
completely the States completely fucking ignores the idea of like safety nets in any way. For my job I listen to people like who can't afford a deposit for their to get lights on, like to get electricity. It's essentially a third world country. Like
In
it's
Texas?
fucked. Well, like Texas is probably one of the worst examples, but um, I mean, like we don't. My company doesn't just work in Texas. That's the
But
thing, right?
Texas is privatized, so your company
Yeah,
mainly
it's
works.
deregulated. It's deregulated, and like that's great. That's great for certain things and bad for other things, right? Like they don't pay much for electricity. That's one thing, but a lot of money gets moved around when it comes to electricity. A lot of money gets moved around. Like you pay a deposit and then the deposit gets put on towards something else and then there's early termination fees and all that stuff. It's like it's very convoluted, whereas in like probably Denmark I'm assuming there's one power company and the government says you can't charge over this amount and then they don't. I'm assuming that's how it works.
Hmm.
Something close to that, yes.
Yeah. So like I don't know, there's pros and cons to both systems, but like fuck man. The States is a third world country, at least I think so.
The only thing I want
yeah.
outsourced is our private transport, like not like public transport. I want that outsourced to a lot of companies so we can get more like competition in that regard. Because
Yeah, because
fucking
Yeah.
then.
traveling in Denmark is expensive as shit, and
Yeah.
like public transport is so expensive, and it's very expensive unless you plan it like weeks ahead, like 1 or 2 weeks ahead.
Oh yeah.
It's expensive as shit if
I
you want
hear
to go to
Jamie.
the other side of the country.
Jamie,
And
your trains are
horrible.
like super like expensive too, right, Jamie?
So for a 30-minute train that I take each day for college, it's £7.80 for there and back.
Bro, that's
That's
double
okay. How much
us.
is a pound though?
A
A
pound
pound is
is
like I
a
think we figured it
dollar
out to be
fifty.
$1.40, $1.50.
Oh fuck, that's quite a bit.
Jamie, you're
To get
paying
to
double what
Toronto,
we
it
pay.
costs us like $70 a person
No, no,
from
no,
where
no,
I
no,
live.
no, 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 no. If you take the GO train from where I live, it's $4.
Yeah, but yeah, the Go, but we only have Via Rail here, so
Oh
All right,
yeah.
let me
Via
check what
Rail's
it is
fucked.
from
But Via
from
Rail, you get
Sheffield.
Wi-Fi. You get Wi-Fi on the train there. On Via
Remember?
Rail.
Okay, here's a funny story. Me and Will one day, once we went to Quebec, or not Quebec, Ottawa, and we took the Via Rail
Ottawa.
from Brantford, right?
Yep, yeah.
And my mom, as like my mom didn't know what Will's last name was, so she wrote Will Smith.
I think someone did that to me, huh?
Oh yeah, I did that. I did Jamie Smith, but that was a reference to the Will Smith that we had on our train ride to Ottawa. But anyway, we had
So Chilean, she just like doesn't understand that that's an actor and shit.
yeah. And then so we had that, and we
Oh,
went to
she's
go see
great.
We went to go see Pacific Rim. Remember that? That was a great movie.
Until we got left there by your sister.
And then my
in
sister was supposed
in
to
a
pick us up.
a random city in Canada.
Yeah,
at
and
like 2 a.m.
so me and Will are just like walking around like this movie theater, waiting for my sister to pick us up. I call her probably like 40 times. She had fallen asleep,
Nice.
and we got driven to her house by the police because the movie theater called the police on us.
Yeah, they called the cops on us
Nice.
because we were just kind of loitering, and they were like, "Fuck, gotta
So
get
yeah,
rid of these guys."
it was like $40, right? Right, Will?
I can't remember, but she paid it. I'm not gonna pay it for that shit.
I remember it was like my birthday present to have Will
We
come with me.
longboarded all around that city.
We did. It was like my birthday present
Oh.
to have Will come with me to that city. I think.
That was a great time. Longboarding around Ottawa was so fun.
Oh yeah. Longboarding around Ottawa was fun when we got to do it. Like we weren't allowed to do it a couple times.
Mhm.
But no, like, do you guys ever like go to like different parts of your country and like it's like a completely different experience?
Yes.
Well, yes.
Or would you say that Denmark is pretty much all just Denmark?
Denmark is not pretty much all all it is Denmark. It can easily feel like that. Definitely, you can easily feel like that in Denmark. But if you really get into the nooks and crannies of different cities, then there's a lot of like great nature and great places to visit and different places to visit too. So yeah,
Would you say that?
but it's I guess since it's so small, it's hard to find those cities.
Right.
Those cities and those places. But you just gotta know someone who knows nice places, really, in
True.
Denmark, and then you're off good.
Pilgrim, how have you guys handled COVID? I'm kind of wondering this.
That's
So
interesting.
far
I
it's
don't think we
going.
asked him that last time, did we, Jamie?
So far it's going pretty well.
It's going like shit here.
I just got vaccinated.
Nice. Yeah. Fucking. It's going like shit here because like, especially in Ontario, because we had a lot of half-assed lockdowns where you could pretty much do anything you want and everything was considered essential. And like, I don't know, man. Like, it just didn't. They didn't give a shit. They didn't give a shit. And then like people are like, these lockdowns are against our human rights, and it's like, why is this a rights issue? Masks make me sick.
Well,
Like we the way we like handle things, we have had 2 lockdowns.
Yeah.
And proper lockdowns, like lonely ass fucking lockdowns.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're only really allowed to go to the store with a mask on and go back, and that's it.
Yeah. The way it should have been fucking done in the first place at our
and-
place.
And like now we're pretty open. We're more open than we've ever been right now, but the people who get infected are so low that and negligible at the moment that I mean us not being locked down at all is fine. And there's some restrictions, of course, like the way like bars and cinemas and stuff has just opened, but there's certain regulations and places you need to wear a mask and places you don't need to, and there's of course like hand sanitizer everywhere, as there is with everybody else. But yeah, the country is pretty open right now. Yeah, and hopefully I'll be able to get my vaccine in early August, late June.
Jamie, how long would it take for you to
Or
go
July.
visit Pilgrim?
July or June.
For me to go visit Pilgrim?
Yeah.
Well, as in like flight
Like-
times? Or-
Like, how much and how long
I don't
would it
think
take?
you would need a flight.
Yeah, wouldn't you just take a train?
I could theoretically take a train that goes under the ocean between England and France, and then take a train from there to
There's a train that goes under the ocean.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
the Euro
Oh,
tunnel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Euro.
we also have like the same thing from us to Sweden tunnel. It goes between Sweden and Denmark.
Cool.
I'd probably have
Nice.
to take a ferry or a plane.
Did Elon Musk dig the hole for that tunnel?
Oh my god.
So I think that was
No.
I wanna die.
Because he does have a company that digs holes and tunnels.
One sec. Let me trade all my cum coin for fart bucks and put all my meme stock into Booba.
What the hell just
What the hell is
happened?
that?
my brain. You know what? He broke all our brains.
No, but seriously, how long and how expensive would it be for you to go visit? Okay, I want airplane time, and I want train time, and I want car time.
I want a lottery ticket to heaven.
England to Denmark.
And I want the calculations by my desk on my desk by noon.
It'd be 135 Great British pounds, or 147, 166.
What's a Great British pound? What's the difference between a regular pound?
It's the same thing. We have Great British. Oh my
Just
dear.
great.
We have US dollars.
Everything's
British
great with you guys.
Yeah, everything's great. Would you kindly fuck off? Yeah, that's a great sentence. And water bottle.
Shut up.
Whoa.
So,
Whoa.
a non-stop flight to one city would be an hour and 50 plus minutes, or it could
Really?
be up to 4-hour flight, or it could be
That's
a
an
3-hour.
hour? That's an hour
It
and
could
15-minute flight?
It could be. It could be depending on where you get the plane from and how good the plane is.
Huh.
So yeah, 2-hour flight. Well, it took me.
That's
What was
nothing.
It was 6 to 8 hours from here to Greece. And that's the
Six
only
I
to
mean,
eight hours.
I live close to one of the bigger cities, so technically you could probably fly directly here, pretty much.
For 30 minutes? Like in 30 minutes?
like
No,
Maybe
no,
not.
no.
outside of big-
It'd probably be an hour to an hour and 20 minutes if it's a good plane.
Oh,
Plus you gotta plus boarding time and all that shit.
It's all fun.
okay. A little bit of a derailment. A little bit of a
Sorry.
derailment. I
Just to finish that topic. Sorry. But I've just looked it up. To take a train, it would take me 1 day and 4 hours to travel.
Get on that train, buddy. Okay, can I propose something?
Sure.
Okay,
Where's my ring? Where's my fucking ring?
I propose that we all get onto Jamie's Minecraft server and we build a train rail system from Jamie and Jamie and Will. You guys will work together on the train system, and me and Pilgrim we can work on together on like just building the countries. So
Oh dear.
I'll be in charge of England. Pilgrim will be in charge of Denmark, and Jamie, you'll be in charge of the train, and then we'll have to figure out like some kind of like underwater travel system.
Oh no. You've got the Canadian guy building
And-
England as opposed to the English guy.
And
I don't know.
if I go down a little south, I swear if I just go down south a little bit, I swear they're not harboring villagers in camps.
Yes.
This might be real bad.
Wait, so are we? Can we? Is that a possibility for us to all get onto Minecraft and do something cool like that? Like maybe like an after podcast.
Not today, not today.
Not today. For sure.
Because me and Jay have a drinking stream after this.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. But I
Well,
just
sure.
we'll get in contact eventually. We'll see what we can do. 'Cause
Yeah,
I-
I plan to relaunch the Minecraft server that I have, but with a new
Right.
set of mods, fuck everyone's game up.
I really
And it would be
think
a
that
little-
if we made like a theme, if we did like a theme thing, that could be pretty interesting for viewers to watch. Anyway, we'll talk about it later. Will, you still have Minecraft, don't you?
I don't know if I have it like installed, but
You
I'm
still have
kind of in the middle of
Minecraft.
I'm kind of in a hunt grind, man. I'm grind and hunt.
Yeah, but like
How many hours
you
do you
can
have in
spare
Hunt?
a weekend for this.
I have 305 hours in hunt.
Pleb, I have 1,300.
Holy fuck, nice. Bro, play with me. Oh my god.
Just
Play with
Pleb.
me, he says.
I will play with hunt with everyone and anyone and everyone. I love
Alright,
that fucking
alright,
game to
alright.
death.
Will buy me Hunt.
everyone to play with him. Yeah, well, buy me Hunt too, and I'll come play.
Buy me Hunt, and I'll
Uh,
play with you.
How many games haven't I given you already, man?
Stop. You Mister need to stop. You and Benny have both spent too much money on me.
Wait,
You
what?
both.
He spent money on... Okay, I need to spend more money on you then, Jamie.
No! Right, we're not starting this again. The amount of people I've had to scream at on my stream, being like, no, don't spend 20 quid on bits, you fucking fool.
I still have to get that microphone for you, don't I?
No, you don't. There's no legal obligation.
Getting Elgato Wave 3 or 5.
Oh,
They're great.
is that cheap?
Well, they not too cheap, but they're the best for the price.
Best for the price?
Best for the price.
How much?
Best for the price.
How much are they?
I don't know. I don't know how much they are in Danish. I bought mine for 1,300 Danish.
So that's
There's-
like $1,000? What?
No. That's not $1,000.
Is it $100?
It's like 100 or 200.
Oh, I can easily do that, Jamie.
Oh my god, I'm gonna stab all of you. Will's the only one not offering money because he's lazy. Will, you know,
No.
everyone be like,
I got
Will,
bills.
be lazy
Ben
and not-
doesn't pay rent. I got bills. I can't give people shit all the time. I do it sometimes, but I can't do it all the time.
Will
I
doesn't
pay
do it
rent.
ever.
I have loads of money to spend afterwards. So
He's from Denmark.
what do you
though.
want?
He's from Denmark.
Yes, I cheated the system by being born here.
Oh, dude. I think a Minecraft thing would be pretty cool. Well, I mean, like, why else do you have a server, Jamie? Like, why not do this? Anyway, yeah, buy me Hunt, Will, and
Your PC can't run it.
my PC can't run Hunt, but it can run
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Valhalla is a baby game that's for babies, and
Hunt is for real men.
Hunt is for men. Okay,
So
you need a manly PC to run Hunt.
I can't run. I have a 1660 Ti. I can't run Hunt.
You could run it, but you wouldn't be having a good time.
I don't care. I don't need the full graphical experience.
I put it on low, and I still get fucked.
Are you serious? You with your
Yeah.
Omega PC get fucked by Hunt.
Well,
Oh,
actually,
that-
I run it at like 100 FPS.
Oh,
But
that's right. That's right. You don't have a good graphics card. That's right. I forgot.
I run it at 100. I run it at
forgot
100 FPS.
I forgot.
but, like,
I forgot my graphics.
I
card.
don't put the
my
graphics all the
card
way
is
up. I
Pretty
can
much.
check my settings. I'm actually playing Hunt right now. I'm just grinding quick plays.
63 gigabyte graphics card. How you guys doing?
Oh yeah, Jamie, you need a graphics card, right?
No!
Feels like getting one
Right.
now. Don't
Good
buy him a
luck,
graphics card. Wait till they go down in price.
Oh, definitely. Jamie, if I were to ship you a computer, would you accept it?
I mean, I wouldn't have a fucking choice to turn up on my doorstep and I'd be like, well, I sure as fuck can't afford to send it back,
Alright.
can I?
I might have a computer for you.
No.
I might have. I'm not even joking. I might have a computer for you. It's
This is
slightly
okay.
worse than mine.
I guess I go on medium on Hunt. Now that I'm looking at it, medium.
I have to see.
Just
'cause-
don't go in anything but low in Hunt because the frames matter.
The frames matter big time. Yeah. If you're not above 60, you're fucked.
Right.
I can't even go above. Can't go below 90.
William.
My
William.
brain can't handle it.
So, William, are you gonna look into Biomutant at all?
Yeah. I'll try it out. I'll pirate it. Try it.
I'll
out.
get
If
it.
I like
Okay,
I'll
listen,
buy it.
listen, William. I'll buy Biomutant. You buy the Master Effect collection. Mass Effect
We have Steam. We have Steam
Master
share, right?
Infected collection. How topical.
You
Master Master Resident Evil.
yes,
Village.
we Steam share. So I'll get Biomutant. You get the Mass Effect collection. I pay $50. You pay $90.
Fuck that. I already played those fucking Mass Effect games. I'm not doing that.
Okay. Here's another conundrum. You buy Biomutant. I buy nothing.
Guys, I think we'll either have to end it here or say goodbye to me because I gotta start the other thing because I
Oh.
gotta start drinking, man.
Okay. Yeah, no. So this has been the Drawn Together podcast, episode 12. We kind of just talked about a bunch of random shit all day, and
Labeled chaotic energy. This was the chaotic
this
energy
is the Chaotic
episode.
Energy podcast.
To add a little more chaotic energy, cheesy peasy in chat. As
Everyone-
Jay's mod, I give you all permission to buy him stuff. I fully fucking disagree. No. Anyway, carry on.
As Jay's friend, I also give permission to people to buy Jay stuff, but
Just buy Jay stuff. Like just
Yes.
send it to him.
buy him drinks when he
Just-
asks for drinks. Buy him drinks when he goes to the restaurant, and you can call in the restaurant and buy drinks. How would that work, by the way, Jamie? If I were
Give
to
him
call?
and give him a big hug when he wants a hug, and
Yeah, I'll do hugs.
and
hugs
just roll him in his favorite sheets and put on his favorite movie and just give him his favorite snacks, and then you just hang out. You hang out with a
Or-
little sushi roll.
or take Jay to the strip club, and
I am in a relationship.
I'm allowed
you
to
oh
dance.
yeah,
And give him, no, don't buy him a lap dance. Give him a lap dance.
and give him a lot of things. Yeah. All right, this has been Drawn Together episode 12, labeled Chaotic Energy. I will label that in Spotify as Chaotic Energy. Thank you so much, Pilgrim Exchange, for coming on and dealing with our crazy shit.
Thank you.
Honestly, I probably would have gone a little longer if you didn't have to leave, but it's all good.
How long was that?
That was 2 hours, brother.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good podcast.
I had a good
It's
time.
always a
Yeah,
good
I had a good
podcast
time.
with Pilgrim, huh? Because Pilgrim
Yeah.
gets to the real topics, and he's handsome.
Very handsome.
And Pilgrim's a Chad because he plays Hunt. He's a Chad. All the fucking Scandinavian guys who play Hunt and Tarkov are all Chad Vikings.
Right.
Cat
right.
Viking.
All
Yeah.
right, so if you guys are so inclined, go check out Pilgrim on Twitch. Will be streaming soon with Jay, stealing Jay away from me every day as we talk.
Man,
God damn
I'm
it,
just
Pilgrim.
around.
Fade away into nothing.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. That's the end of the episode. If you're still watching by now, I don't know what you're doing. Goodbye.